What is going on, everybody? Christian Ballard here, Ballard Sports Media live at 7:30 on a Sunday morning. Figured I'd do a quick live stream. Wanted to recap some college football. I'm not sure if I'll get to do a stream like this later, so I figured why not, try to get it in. But um, interesting weekend. First off, a 4 overtime Red River shootout, as they call it, or rivalry, or showdown, whatever the heck you want to call the Red River game. 4 overtime thriller with OU and Texas. OU beating the number 22 Texas Longhorns, who fall to 2-2. Oklahoma wins their second game of the season, and Trey Brown, the savior for Oklahoma, intercepting the pass from Ellinger, pretty much in the end zone. It obviously, we know the Big 12 has no defense. 53-45 the final score in 4 overtimes. It could have been more points than that, I'm sure, but the Big 12 title game, hoping that they could just have the one loss that they had prior to the Red River game. So it was TCU last week. TCU upset Texas 33-31. They were hoping to have just that loss, and obviously that failed. So, yeah. So pretty much every team, except I think Oklahoma State, still undefeated, unless yeah, they're still undefeated at a 3-0. Iowa State's 3-1. Kansas State 3-1. Um, so there's about 3 or 4 different teams that still only have 1 to no losses in the Big 12 and still have a chance. If you guys recall, last night I did a post-game live stream reading some comments for the Bama Ole Miss game, and I'm happy about the win. Alabama did great offensively. Give Lane Kiffin a lot of credit. He deserves credit. Um, but this Bama defense, right? I mean, seriously. Did Bama lose their defense already? I mean, now I understand, and I like the Lane Kiffin hire at Ole Miss. That's a great hire. He's gonna have a team that's gonna be high scoring, but that's no excuse for Alabama. 63-48 the final score last night. There's no excuse for Bama's defense, which is supposed to be championship caliber, right? Look at this. Well, you can't see it because I'm using my phone, so I can't see it, but 38-19 the final score of week 1 against Missouri. Okay, only give up 19. The defense, A&M, who's a better offense, you play them in the home opener, only give up 24, and you win 52-24. I mean, Kellen Mond's got a good arm. Okay. Ole Miss. Ole Miss. This is supposed to be a huge blow. All that might be true. We ain't taking no excuses for that. It's just not going to happen. It's just not. Najee Harris balled out though. You know, uh, I mean, again, I've mentioned quite a bit. I expect them to run the ball more. Najee Harris is a senior. Let him have a breakout year, and he had a heck of a night last night. He really did. I was very impressed with what I saw from Najee, and I thought he did great. 23 carries, 206 yards, 5 touchdowns. Mac Jones only had 2 touchdowns. Najee Harris had 5. Smitty caught 1. Devontae Smith, of course, who I'm talking about. Look at these. Look at these stats here. And when Najee Harris, Mac Jones is balling out for Alabama. I'm telling you that. Definitely look out for him. As if that's really, really any news to anybody. It's really not. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was still a really good and entertaining matchup. I mean, you could see Saban getting furious with the defense, though. I mean, you could see him on the sidelines getting heated. And if they don't turn this around, I'm seeing it everywhere. I'm seeing it on Facebook. I'm seeing it on YouTube. I saw a couple people showed up, a couple Bama fans, I think like Adam Woodard or whoever the heck showed up last night in the post game stream I did. Everyone saying fire Pete Golding. Uh, I might agree with that. But at the same time, like I am sick stick around forever. I understand that. But for Alabama, man, it just can't be consistent with it. Anyway, guess I'll drop the link if anyone wants to come in. I really don't care, but Bama's defense has got to improve. Seriously, got to improve. Clemson and Miami. That wasn't game day there, if I'm not mistaken. A game everyone had their eye on. Can you believe this? Clemson actually blew Miami out of the water. Surprise, surprise. 42-17 in Memorial Stadium. Why am I surprised? I'm not. I'm really not. It's almost, I mean, this is where it's sad, people. You expect a really good matchup with Miami and Clemson, who are both, going into this game undefeated, both ranked in the top 10. Miami's looked great with Derek King. I mean, got some good running backs, good defense, and Clemson blows them out. You'd expect it to be a close game down to the wire. You want that. But no. No, no, no. Clemson's got to blow them out. But that's just Clemson for you. This is what Dabo's done the past 2, 3 years. All right, fine. 5, 6 years. Whatever, right? He's been there for 10 years, but for like the past maybe half of his time, about 5 years, he's gotten them in the playoffs. He's competing at a high level. It's just what he does. It's Dabo for you. So, Big Ten is returning in a couple weeks. It's actually maybe is it next week? Let me see. No, I think 2 weeks actually, 2 or 3 weeks, and the Big Ten will be back October 24th. So yeah, it would be. It's 13 days, 2 weeks from yesterday. Some matchups there. As we get closer to that, I'll be looking at the Big Ten and talking some Big Ten football. But you got teams like Penn State at Indiana, Michigan at Minnesota. That'll be interesting. Top 25 matchup. Michigan at 20, Minnesota at 25, at least for right now. Iowa at Purdue, Illinois at Wisconsin, Nebraska at Iowa State to start the season. That should be fun. Although we don't know what these teams have been doing this offseason. Of course, the Pac-12 starting in November as well, or as well that they're starting in November. We're in the month of October. I'm jumping ahead a little. um, so I mean, but yeah, just some interesting games last night. Figured I'd at some point do a stream, and I don't know what it's gonna look like later. I know I got to work tonight. Probably get home from church around like 12 or 1 o'clock. Only got a few hours in between, so I figured I'd do the stream now. Some interesting matchups. Saban with former assistants, 21-0 against former assistants. Next week, he gets to make it 22-0 as he faces Kirby Smart and the Bulldogs. Somewhat of an elite program. They're working on it. Contender this year. They actually might be a contender this year. I'm just going to be straight honest. I didn't see them as a contender last year. I was not that impressed. So far, they still got their struggles, but I mean, if you're a Georgia fan, you're like, hey, Jake Fromm's gone. I guess I don't know. Nah, Georgia's a contender. Kirby Smart's doing great with the program. Love all the Georgia fans that show up here. Uncle Lou, Big Dog Brett, TikTok Chess Hall, all these guys. Love y'all. And yeah, now it's Sunday, not even a week until the Bama Georgia game. I'm gonna stream it. I plan on it. It's an 8 o'clock game. I'll probably go live. I got it scheduled, I think, like 7:45. So I'll go live around then. And yeah, we can talk before the game. Maybe talk a little after the game. I'm just gonna straight up be real about the game too. I'm gonna try to do play-by-play and just be myself. Be a Bama fan, man. I'm just gonna bring it. I know I'm trying to be a sportscaster. I can still have my teams and be fair about it. Be unbiased. So let's see. Um, but I don't really have a whole lot to unpack or recap. I figured I'd just go live with it here and talk for a few minutes. So Bama's next game is Georgia. Georgia's next game is Bama. Let's see, what are some other matchups for next week? And we'll get into that, of course, going forward as well. Why is it saying there's I had it on big screen. That's my bad. Let's see. BYU at Houston. this Friday. Should be interesting. Georgia, Bama, Auburn, South Carolina is going to be good. LSU, Florida is always good. Recent years, that's a good cross division rivalry. Clemson and Georgia Tech, no one gives a crap. Clemson, right? Georgia Tech is 2-2. Clemson's 4-0, and Georgia Tech is one of the low. It should be interesting next week. I don't know. What's up, Alan? Yeah, right. Well, it's only 7:45, so but yeah, Alabama, just say whatever the heck you want about Georgia's offense and their struggles and how Kirby can't coach an offense. Yeah, I would agree. But it doesn't matter if your opponent, in this case referring to Bama and Georgia next Saturday, if Bama does not bring their defense, I swear to you, it's not going to be good. What's up, Alan?
Remember the emails, Ballard.
What'd you say?
Remember the emails.
Oh, the ones you sent me?
What?
Oh, yeah, we have we got a bet going for the Bama Georgia game. Here's what if Georgia wins, you will have to call me and trust your daddies, and if Bama wins, I will.
No, the deal was if Bama wins, I have to change my StreamYard logo and my YouTube logo to a customized logo saying Ballard Sports Media is my daddy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But if Georgia wins, you gotta call me your daddy.
Whenever make
when
people like this.
you have to call me your daddy. Whenever I remind you about it, so the Iron Ball.
Well, I guess you kind of got this for the bet I mentioned that I made with Jess Hall. If Georgia loses and Bama wins, he has to make a video singing "Sweet Home Alabama," and I gotta sing to a song called "Georgia on My Mind" if Georgia wins. This is not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It'll be low scoring for sure, but because Georgia's defense is the best in the nation right now, it's not even close. They're very elite and stacked. Bama's defense, what I saw yesterday, was not impressive. I don't know where it was. All the Bama fans are calling for Pete Golding to get fired, hit the bricks, and kick the can down the road. What's up, Wilkie? I don't know what Pete Golding did wrong yesterday. Now, maybe, hopefully, he gets it together next week and going forward, and maybe we just find out. No, it wasn't Pete Golding's defense. It was Lane Kiffin and what he's established with the offense at Ole Miss. Because he was the offensive coordinator for Alabama for like 3 years. He was very good at what he did. You know, guys like Jake Coker, Jalen Hurts, and who else? Blake Sims or whoever. So, I don't know, man.
Yeah. So I was just looking up the best defenses in the country. Bama's defense is down at ranked number 59 in the country.
They had to have just updated that. I mean,
They did. Like, it was updated at midnight.
I don't blame them for putting them that low. It was real bad. It started out great this season for the defense too, man. I mean, they only gave up 19. That's not even 3 touchdowns against Missouri in the opener. Now, I just what hurt them last year was not only a new coordinator in Golding, but a lot of young, inexperienced freshmen and sophomores had to step up because of injuries and everything, plus Dylan Moses being hurt. Now, Dylan Moses comes back, all these players come back with experience, and you bring in a second-year coordinator. Well, I'm not even going to place all the blame on the players. I mean, yeah, they made mistakes, but the play calling by Pete Golding, you could tell it's not working.
Yeah.
I could agree with that, Wilkie. People probably are sleeping on Ole Miss's offense. Kiffin knows Bama, Ole Miss, yeah, absolutely. No disrespect to Ole Miss whatsoever. Mississippi played a good game. They played a really good game.
It doesn't matter what team in the country it is. If Kiffin was the offensive coordinator and Kirby was the defensive coordinator, they'd be unstoppable. Prove me wrong.
I'd actually agree to that. Well, I probably would agree. You know,
It doesn't matter who the head coach is. As long as those two are those two coordinators, that team would be unstoppable.
they can work with any player you probably put on the field,
They could
especially
even
with the defense.
they could even work as Gus Malzahn as the head coach, and they could still be dominant.
Gus Malzahn's going to call plays for the offense. You know he doesn't mess with coordinators. Actually, that's not true. See, Auburn, it's like any time they have the Iron Bowl and the Deep South game at Jordan Hare, those are the years where it seems like Gus Malzahn is controlling the offense. And then when they, like this year, they have Georgia and Bama on the road, right? These are the years where he doesn't control the offense. And I don't know what it is with this dude. He knows that if he controls the offense and everything, it's going to work out. Why doesn't he just do it every year?
It didn't work out last week. Only 6 points.
Yeah, right? 2 field goals, right?
Yep.
2 field goals. How many touchdowns for Bo Nix? I'll tell you. 0.
Zip, 0, whatever you want to call it.
Correct. It's just crazy, man. I mean, the Bama defense under Nick Saban has always been elite. They've had some players, Marcel Darius, Terrence Cody, these guys that they've gone to the NFL or been so dominant. Quentin Williams and Deron Payne and Xavier McKinney's gone. And I mean, so many defensive players in the NFL that are so stacked with talent. And the past couple years, it hasn't looked that great. And I would probably say Pete Golding has got to be one of the worst hires Saban has ever made. Just gonna this. I'm not impressed. I mean, I was impressed the first couple weeks, but now they truly had a test against a really good offensive-minded coach and a good offense.
Yeah.
And even though they won, I'm glad they won. Congrats to you. But I said this in the post-game video one time. I said I just want to see Bama's defense be elite because defense wins championships. I've heard a couple people say, "Oh well, LSU had offense." Well, Clemson's defense wasn't good last year. Not at the end, at least.
Right.
Defense wins championships. You need to not give up first down. You need to get a stop. You could get a pick, whatever the heck. Yeah, offense needs to score, of course. But if an offense gets a game-winning drive, whose fault is that? Is it the offense for good execution? Maybe. but the defense is the one trying to defend. You're trying to stop, and you fail to do that.
Right.
It's crazy.
The bet said that Bama's defense is hot doo-doo. Well, 59th,
Yeah, pretty much.
59th in the country. Yeah, I would say so.
It's not amusing to me. It's not impressive. That's for sure.
You know where
I just
you
want to
wanna know where Ole
know.
Miss's defense landed?
No,
29th. And y'all's was at 59.
that's sad.
Ole Miss is at 29. Bama's at 59. Yikes. Well, I don't know how they can be higher than Bama, even though they lost all 2 or 3 of their games. No, they won one, right?
Yeah, I think they've already won a game or two.
No, they won one because they lost to
Mhm.
Florida and
Yeah, they
Bama.
lost to Florida and Bama, and they beat. Didn't they beat Kentucky? I think.
I think it was Kentucky. But when both times they lost, the team that beat them had 50 points, scored 50 points at least.
Yeah.
I don't know how their defense is ahead of Bama's.
Well, see, there was man, a couple years ago, the year when Bama got blown out by Clemson, it all went downhill after two straight shutouts. They shut out LSU. That was a 1-3 matchup. It was supposed to be a good game. Joe Burrow didn't have a great game. It was 29-0. The next week, Mississippi State probably was unranked. 24-0. And then after that, it just kind of went downhill. They gave up 21 to Auburn. Of course, the SEC title game when Jalen Hurts had to save them again. And, 35-28, the final score. And then, of course, just keep going down. They get blown out by Clemson. They
Yeah.
couldn't even score in the second half in a title game against Dabo Sweeney. That's how bad it got.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty.
then last year, even the defense, it started out great against cupcake teams, but once you got into SEC play and everything, it's like, what is happening? And Saban wanted to talk all off season prior to last season. Oh, Bama factor. Too many mental errors. Where's the mental toughness? Where's that? You talk getting the defense back. It wasn't there. There was no Bama factor last year. There's still plenty of time left in the season to turn it around, but we can't keep doing this. Bama's known for defense, and I haven't seen it in the past couple of years.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's pretty funny. Auburn's
Pete
offense
Golding.
is Auburn's offense is ranked number 110th.
Are you serious? 110?
Yeah,
Their
110th.
offense?
110th. Georgia Tech's offense is 109th.
That's awesome. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia Tech's ahead of Auburn in offense. Man, that's crazy.
Vanderbilt is in last place in offensively
Not surprised.
out of the entire country. Yeah,
Out of the entire country, and Vandy's all the way at the bottom.
very
Wow.
last slot. Yeah,
Surprise there. Vandy's just a terrible team in general. I mean, when's the last time they were relevant? I mean, I got so many questions for Vanderbilt. When's the last time you were ranked? When's the last time you won a bowl game? Last time you were relevant? Last time, why are you still putting up with Derek Mason? You know that you're down at the dumps. I mean,
they were ranked number I want to say 20 at the beginning of last year season.
yeah.
Then they lost to Bama. They were 2-0. They were ranked number 23. They lost to Bama. They dropped and they never got back in the
They
ranking.
lost to Bama. They
Yeah,
lost to Bama when?
They lost to Bama 45-0, and then they dropped out and never went back in the rankings.
What year? What year was that?
I want to say 2018 to 2019 season. It's a 2018 to 2019 season. It was the first 3 weeks. They were 2-0. They played Bama. They lost 45-0. They got the rankings. Hello?
Oh, don't even start with this. No.
Hello? I forgot about the hello thing for a second. I forgot about it until you said don't start this.
David, what's your thoughts on Sun? I don't know what that is.
David?
I don't know what that says either. Hoing.
Hoyang.
Hoyang.
I just finished watching the Kirby's press conference, and then I watched Jeremy Pruitt's.
Yeah.
And then I know my sister was watching Lane Kiffin's. Apparently he was crying in that, so he was using his mask to cover his eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, he lost a close game for most part.
These are irrelevant, but I found this article that was posted prior to the game yesterday. It was like 5 predictions for the Bama Ole Miss game, and the score prediction was 52-24. Buddy, were they wrong?
Ooh. Yikes. Well, everybody knew they were going to score. Kiffin was going to score some points. Everybody knew that, but a 30-point lead, really. 30-point lead.
I mean, Ole Miss has always been one of those offensive type of programs, I think, from what I remember.
Lane Kiffin's yeah, he's offensive.
Yeah.
I thought he was Kirby for a minute.
Kirby can't coach. Not offense, at least. Not
like
offense.
I said, if Kirby and Kiffin was one person, whatever team he was that Christian's in, they would be unstoppable. And you know that's facts.
Yeah. It's hard to argue that.
Unless you're playing Saban or whatever. But
the bet says he can call better defense than going. Yeah, I probably could too.
yeah.
And that's saying a lot. Oh man. But yeah, I mean I don't know. Pete Golding. First off, I don't even know where he was before he came to Alabama. Seriously.
Yeah,
Like he came out of nowhere. It's like, who's this dude? See, I know Coach Sark, when they hired Coach Sark for the offense, he was what's he been at, like USC or wherever? And I think he was with like the Falcons in the NFL before he came back to Alabama. He was with Bama for that Clemson game in 2017. Right, because they had lost Lane Kiffin. That was when he left early, went to FIU, and they were stuck looking for an offensive coordinator for the one game, the one championship game when Jalen Hurts was a freshman, and it was Coach Sark.
Hey, can you take the comment down real quick? I want to see if my name will show. Oh, dang, it's too long. Wait, can you full screen real quick, Ballard?
Doesn't know what kicker is. Are you kidding me right now? Will Reichard's a good kicker. Come on. Did Chess share with you that streaming service I told him about? No. What streaming service? What's it called?
I mean, am I wrong? Is my name wrong? I mean,
That's fair. That is fair.
y'all haven't had a good kicker since how long? 2000? 2007?
Prior to the Saban era.
Y'all didn't even have a kicker in 2000. In 2000, that's sad. And we had Hot Rod. And now we got this new kicker that made 2 out of all of his field goals so far in the 3 games career he's had.
At least we got rid of Bolivis. At least while Riker ain't no Cade Foster. Man, Bolivis and Cade Foster got to be 2 of the worst kickers to come through the program.
I think not gonna lie, I think our kicker now is gonna be the next Hot Rod. He's already made a 50-yard field goal and I believe a 40-yard field goal.
You Georgia fans are going to say that about every kicker that comes to the program, aren't
He
you?
made a 50-yard field goal. Not a lot of kickers can say that.
Yeah, I got you.
Granted, Hot Rod made a 60-yard field goal at one point.
Yeah.
He is gonna be the next Hot Rod, by the way.
Might be.
Yeah, he's gonna be so much of good. He's gonna be so much the next Hot Rod. I don't even know his name. I'm just glad he destroyed Auburn.
Yeah, that was fun to see. What was it? 27-6, I think. 27-6.
28-6, I believe.
28-6. Hold on. That's why I'm here. I check stuff.
26, 27, 28. It really doesn't matter. It's only 3.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. Don't even try to argue, Striker. I got it right here. 27 Georgia, 6 Auburn.
26, 27, 28. Whatever. Close enough. 1 off. I don't know.
Golden State. Are you serious?
Well, I was
came
one.
from University of Texas, San Antonio. UTSA.
Bruh. How do you lose to Oklahoma in 4 overtimes? That's my question.
I don't know. The Big 12 is just terrible this year, all the way around.
No, I never thought I would have to say this, but how do you lose to an unranked Oklahoma? I never thought I would have to say that. But I never thought that Oklahoma would be unranked. But how do you lose to an unranked Oklahoma?
I don't know.
Even we beat Oklahoma 2 or 3 years back. Whenever 2017 was.
Yeah. You talking about that Rose Bowl?
Yes, I literally have I have a picture frame of it. It shows the score and everything. I thought we only beat them by 3 points, but apparently we beat them by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, because that was the double overtime, right?
Yeah, that was like overtime, 2 overtimes.
Yep.
I thought we only beat them by 3 points. No, we beat them by 2 touchdowns.
You beat them by 1 touchdown because I think it was, what was it, 54-48, the final score. It was it was tied at 45. Both teams kicked a field goal, and then Sony Michel with the wild dog took it to the house.
Right, and then they blocked that kick.
Oh yeah.
Remember, it was like first overtime, and everybody, all Georgia fans, were screaming, "Block that kick!"
Yeah, and they did.
Oh yeah,
that was a good block too.
Every time someone speaks of Oklahoma, that's the first thing I think of. That kick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I won't be on here too long. I just figured I'd do a stream to look at some games from yesterday. Some interesting matchups. But
yeah, what are next Saturday's games? But we know one of them. But
some other games we got next week. Let's see.
Other
We
than
obviously know Alabama and Georgia. We got let's see,
just
Auburn,
after
South Carolina,
Auburn,
LSU. Florida.
you're
Where
lagging
we?
out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Auburn at South Carolina, LSU at Florida, Clemson at Georgia Tech,
That's
Kentucky
gonna
at Tennessee should be good.
BV
Louisville,
will be
Notre
happy
Dame.
about that one. They
Oh
get
yeah.
they get a quote unquote easy
Third
win.
Saturday. Third Saturday in 2 weeks. The Tennessee.
You're lagging out again.
Get a striker left. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to be on here too long. Honestly. I don't know.
Yeah, I accidentally clicked the back up button.
Yeah.
What are the other games?
I think it was Georgia and Alabama. I think was it Tennessee and Kentucky? Hold on, let me double check.
Yeah, it was that. Yeah, it was that.
Florida and LSU. That's always a good rivalry. Cross
Yeah,
division. Louisville, Notre Dame.
that's going to be an
North,
interesting one. A
North
interesting one.
Carolina, North Carolina, and Florida State.
North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Are
Well,
they
Florida
undefeated?
State. Yeah, they're 3-0. Florida State is 1-3.
Oof. Notre Dame's undefeated too, right?
Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, 3-0.
Now, out of just curiosity, after week 3, what is your playoff prediction? Real quick. Now,
Like after this week,
yeah, after you know what happened this week, what should, like if you had to decide the top 4 right now for the playoffs, who would it be? After and this week
this
was
is
the last week.
this is tough because the Big 12. I really don't think the Big 12 is getting a team in. Now, when the Big 10 kicks off,
Is it
they
Oklahoma? Oklahoma State.
yeah, but they already got to. Oh, Oklahoma State.
Yeah, aren't they supposed to be?
Uh, they,
Aren't
they they might have a really good chance. They might be the Big 12's only hope right now, honestly.
they are the Big 12's only hope, unless
Yeah,
Kansas State is undefeated, which I doubt.
no. Clemson, that's a duh, unless someone trips them up, which I don't think is going to happen, which is unfair.
Hopefully Notre Dame.
Right?
Hopefully Notre Dame beats them 3
And
times for fun.
still, man, because of the offense, I still think Alabama. But dang it, you got to get that defense in check. Um, and I'm not even gonna try to pick the Big Ten. They haven't even played yet, but because we don't know. But
They shouldn't even be allowed in. They have 8 games to play while everyone else has at least 10. They shouldn't be allowed to play whatsoever, in my opinion, or be it in the playoffs.
well, if they get a one-loss champion or undefeated, you know that they're gonna put that champion in there. You know that, right? Most likely it'll be Penn State.
Over Ohio State?
Heck yeah, absolutely, no question.
Are you high?
No, I
And
think
what are you high on?
if there's any year Penn State's come so close, they got so much talent. Sean Clifford's back.
They
Everyone's
lost
back.
to Minnesota last year.
Minnesota went on to win the Outback Bowl against Auburn. What's your point?
What did you do? They played Bo Nix. Look
They
what Bo
also
Nix is doing now. Losing by only scoring 6 points against Georgia. What did he do?
yeah, what the I don't know. Pac-12. I don't know why the Pac-12 is returning to play. They're not even going to have anybody in contention. Don't even try to sell me on Oregon.
Are they playing 6 games?
They're playing 7.
Yeah, they should be allowed in then. Neither one of those.
See, if everyone would have just man up and play with everyone else, y'all could have played 10 games too. And it would, I mean, this whole COVID thing and opting out just because of COVID, I mean, this is getting out of hand, man. I get it. It's one season. It's only here for 2020, but come on.
We wouldn't even have a offense issue if Jamie Newman would have still played. And you know that.
Yeah.
And you know the spread would be a lot closer if we had Jamie Newman.
Did you see?
You gotta see what?
Yeah, I would agree. Did you see the Auburn-Arkansas game yesterday?
Oh, that game was complete garbage.
The controversial spike call. That dude. They said,
don't know how
what he was doing, Auburn was trying to spike the ball or whatever the heck to, like, when you spike the ball, you stop the clock, right?
Right.
Well, yeah. Bo Nix fumbles the ball, and they say that it's a spike, even though it was clear that it went behind, almost like it would have been like a backwards pass. He didn't do a backwards pass, but I mean, it went.
He lagged out.
It pretty much counts as a fumble.
Right.
Anyway, I'm not going to be on here too long, Striker. I got some stuff to do, church later and everything. So I appreciate you coming on, man. I just wanted to talk some football.
All right.
See you later.
All right.
Appreciate Striker on Allen, whatever you want to go by. Appreciate Wilkie and the bet for showing up in the comments as well. Alabama got to improve on defense, clearly. Too many mental errors, as Saban would say, in the game yesterday. So there's still time to turn it around. There's still hope, but, I mean, it just – oh, man. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. Hope you guys have a really good week this week as it's Sunday. Hope everyone has a great day. Love you guys, and I'll see y'all later. Roll Tide.